Hello everyone, this is Dragonod and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to give you a tour of some of the areas in my Hogwarts, and this is going to be the start of a small series where I give some interior tours of my main Hogwarts map, and if you do wish, you can use these as inspiration for interior designs in your own Hogwarts map from my Hogwarts tutorial. And so we do have the Great Hall behind us, but that will be an episode to come. Today, we are going to be starting with the House Common Rooms, giving some inspiration ideas for the common rooms themselves and the dormitories around them. And also, we are so close to 20,000 subscribers that it's such an insane number, and if you do enjoy the content, I would really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. It would really support the channel. But anyway, let's get straight into it. And so the first common room we are going to take a look at is my Gryffindor Common Room. And this is situated in the northwest tower of the quad, which is where Gryffindor Common Room is situated in the first film. And so we do walk down this corridor, which is on the side of the quad, and it does come down here through into the Fat Lady's portrait, which I am using a custom texture pack painting. And so we can walk through, and we do enter the Gryffindor Common Room, which is a very basic design, and it is quite small since this is all I could fit into the area. And so here you can see how the common room fits into the tower area. It is quite compact, and there wasn't much room to add many grand features, but I do like the design, and it is very cozy and snug. And so we do have a very simple fireplace with some nice archways of detail, and then just some very simple couches which you can sit down on, and then a very simple tapestry design, making use of some red concrete powder, some pink terracotta, and some red concrete, just to make a very simple alternating pattern. And then we do have some orange and red banners, just to make it look a bit more like a tapestry, with some paintings of course, just to add some detail. And then we do have some very basic custom tables, but of course if you are in Minecraft, you can use some very simple table designs as well, and with painting. And then of course we come to the back, and we do have a very simple staircase coming up onto this balcony area, and this balcony is where we see Harry look over here, and we have Ron down here saying Harry presents, and so that is that balcony over there. And then this balcony does lead to some dormitories, and so we do go up here, and so for some context, we are currently going up Gryffindor Tower, and this does lead to a very basic dormitory at the top, and this is loosely based off the common room shown in the first film. We do have some very basic four-poster beds. Of course, there's not much we can do in Minecraft. I will probably make them custom models later, but for now, there is a very simple trapdoor and banner design. And then we do have a very simple ceiling, and then of course, a lovely blast furnace in the middle to provide some warmth. We do use some polished blacks and brick walls for the chimney up to the top, and then just a very simple roof, making use of some basic stairs, just as a nice little domed wooden roof. And then we do have some scenes when Harry is sort of crouching down with Hedwig down here, and so we do have a very simple just depression into the ground next to all of the windows around the entire area. And so most of my common room designs are just very simple circles with a very simple roof, and then with the beds surrounding them, and that really will set you up for basically every single common room. But of course I will show you guys common room interior ideas for all of my common rooms. And then for the floor, I am using some beehive blocks, which I think have a very nice top texture as a planked floor. And then if we go back down the stairs, we have some more dormitories on the other side of the common room, and this is making use of the attic space in the roof of the west wing. And so if you come through here, we do have a very simple common room design with some nice wooden roofs and beams, and then the exact same bed design, and that just fits very nicely into the top attic area, and that fits very nicely into the roof area of the west wing. And of course you can just fit these all the way down the entire roof. And so that is a very simple overview of the Gryffindor Common Room. Of course, feel free to pause the video anywhere you want if you do wish to copy this, or merely to use this as inspiration for your own common room ideas. And so let's move on to the next one. And so the next common room we have is the Hufflepuff Common Room, which has its very fancy entrance through the barrel next to the kitchens. And so this is my entrance area into the Hufflepuff Common Room. We have the lovely barrel cellar, and so I do make use of some very simple archway designs with a very simple barrel design, making use of some trapdoors, some stairs, and a nice tripwire hook to sort of implicate a nice simple tap. And so we have some more barrels dotted around, and then through one of them we do have the entrance to the Hufflepuff Common Room. Up these stairs we do have a very simple corridor, but I will be covering corridor designs in a separate video. And so if you head through the barrel, we do head into the common room. And I do absolutely love the design of the Hufflepuff Common Room. It is just so homely and warm. We do have the lovely bright colours of the yellow powdered concrete and the sandstone and bird strip log shades. I think they look absolutely lovely, and accompanied with the vegetation, it looks absolutely wonderful. And for the ceiling, we are making use of some mushroom stem blocks, which have a very lovely white texture with these sort of nice little stripes along, which I absolutely love the shape of. And so this is a very quick look at the common room. It is of course a circle with some simple archway designs for the top, and then with some lower decorations of some shelves of plants, and then some barrels just dotted around in the walls, and I absolutely love the design. And so we do have a fireplace in one of the corners with a very simple carpet, and once again we have the exact same design of couch, making use of some dark oak slabs, some dark oak stairs, and then some yellow wool in the middle, surrounded by trapdoors surrounding it. So it's a very simple design, and it does look very nice, and you can make it as long or as short as you want. And then once again, we do have the fireplace out here in the center, and this is a quick overview of the fireplace design. We do have some nice up and down stairs, some more stairs behind here, and then it just goes up into the ceiling just like this. And then hanging from the ceiling, we do have a very simple plant pot, just making use of some brick slabs and some oak leaves coming out of that. And then surrounding the sides, we do have some very simple sort of circular shapes, which do have some yellow concrete powder, just to add some depth into the walls. This common room is based off the designs shown on the Pottermore website, and I think I did a pretty good job mimicking it, and we do have some more circles on a diagonal shape in the sides as well. And then coming through into the sides, we have a very simple circular door, but I do make some use of some custom texture trapdoors just to make the circle that much smoother. And so down here, we do have some of the dormitories of the common room, and so for example, this is one of them. Again, it is a very simple circular design with a furnace in the middle with some beds surrounding it. Once again, very similar to the design of the Gryffindor Common Room. And around the edges, we do have some very simple detailing, just using some fences and some stairs and some slabs just to provide some depth. And so feel free once again to pause this area at any point you wish, just to get some inspiration of how I have made it. And then down here, we do just have some more dormitories off to the side. And so that is the Hufflepuff Common Room. And so let's move on to the next one. And so the next common room is down in the dungeons, which of course is the Slytherin Common Room. And this is one of the favourite ones I've built. I just really love how it's turned out. And so here we are in one of our dungeon corridors, which leads into the Slytherin Common Room, which has a very hidden entrance through this wall. And so this is making use of some armor stands with some blocks on the armor stands, which allows you to walk through them. And so we can walk through the wall. And here we go. Here we have the Slytherin Common Room, and I am really happy with how this one turned out. I absolutely love the design, using a mixture of stone and some sandstone around the edges, with a very nice green tapestry along the edge, very similar to the one shown in Gryffindor Common Room, with making use of some green terracotta and some green concrete powder with some wool, and then once again with some very simple green banners on the top, just to make it look a bit more like a tapestry. And then this time we have added some vines around the edges, just to add that extra bit more detail. And so this is what the door looks like from the other side. We do have a very simple staircase coming down onto the common room floor, with some very basic detailing around the edges, making use of some stairs, some walls, and some slabs as usual. And then on the side, once again, we do have a very grand fireplace, which is a very similar design to the one shown in the Hufflepuff Common Room. And then we do have our exactly the same design of sofa on either side, with a very simple table in the middle, and then dotted around we do have some basic shelves and some desks to study at. And then perhaps the main attraction of the common room is the windows at the front. And the reason it does look yellow is because I'm using a shader pack, and therefore the lanterns behind it do appear yellow. And this is what it looks like without the shader pack. We do have some very simple green stained glass with some water behind, and then some sea lanterns behind there, just provide some natural light. And in a perfect world, this water would represent the water from the Great Lake, but unfortunately, due to the way my Hogwarts is laid out, we cannot have this actually under the lake, and so therefore, I've just placed some water in with some lanterns behind, just to provide some natural light to come into the common room. And so once again, we have some very basic arch designs, making use of some walls, some slabs, and some stairs. And we are again making use of our trapdoors, just to make a smoother circular design. And so we have a straight design of the middle, and then two diagonal designs on either side. And then at the top, we have a dome made of some very basic stone variants, so some cobblestone and some normal stone, and then a simple chandelier to provide some more light for the common room. And so I haven't quite finished laying out where I'm going to have my dormitories for the Slytherin Common Room, but I have laid out a very simple interior idea. And so if we do pass through here, we come into my idea of a Slytherin Common Room. And so if you are keen-eyed, you'll notice I'm using the exact same texture as I use for my Ministry of Magic build. Of course, in a vanilla texture pack, you could use either some warped planks or some mossy stone bricks, or one thing I would like to recommend is using dry kelp blocks. They do look surprisingly similar to the design, and they do have a nice, unique texture, which I actually really like. And so since we are underground, we are not restricted by space, and so we can make these underground dormitories as grand out or as big as you wish. And so we do have some very nice large 4-poster beds, making use of some walls, and then a design of some stairs around here with some slabs on top to make use of the space we have. And then underneath each bed, we do have a double chest, and then some decoration with some bookshelves, and once again, a blast furnace with a chimney going off into the side. And likewise, with the main common room, we do once again have a very grand cobblestone domed roof, which I think looks really cool. And then just to add some depth onto the walls, we have added some iron bars just to add some detail to the dormitory. And so that is my Slytherin common room, which is based off the design shown in the film and in the Hogwarts mystery video game. And once again, do feel free to pause the video at any time, so you can either try and copy it or to use the design as inspiration. And so, onto the final common room. And so, the fourth and final common room is, of course, Ravenclaw Common Room, which is situated in the central tower. And so, I have the common room sitting in the top of the tower, within the large glass windows at the top. And so, this is the design I came up with. And so, once again, I am very limited by the space available in the tower, but I have made a quite womanly design with some very simple archways going around the common room with some carpets and a nice fireplace in the corner. And then right here, in one of the other corners, we do have a very loose statue of Rowena Ravenclaw with a diamond helmet to represent her diadem. It is not very accurate, but it is there to represent the statue. And we do have a spiral staircase going up to the second floor. And so this spiral staircase is how you access the common room, and it does lead down to the Ravenclaw staircase down here. And so the staircase just goes down the entire depth of the central tower, but I will leave that for another video. And so returning to the common room, this staircase does lead us onto the second floor, which is very simply just the balcony that goes around the common room with a very simple chandelier design in the middle. And you might be wondering, what is this weird design at the top? I am actually making use of end gateway blocks to represent the night sky design on the ceiling, and I think it looks really nice, and it does work well for the night sky. And then once again, you have some very simple quartz pillars just to add some detail around the edge. And so if we continue this staircase up, we do reach one of the dormitories as well. And so once again, I'm very limited by the space available, and so we only have one dormitory, but here it is. And once again, it is very similar. The other designs of my dormitories, we do have the blast furnace, the chimney coming out the top with a very simple carpet around, and then once again, the exact same bed design surrounding the area. The only difference is the roof design, and so I've tried to incorporate some natural light coming from these grills on the roof of the central tower. And so I've just built a very simple design, which does just go up and does allow for some natural light into the common room. And so this is my dormitory design. And so there we have it. Those are my 4 common room designs. I hope this video did help with some inspiration for your own designs, or just a nice video to watch to showcase a quick interior tour of my own Hogwarts interior. Of course, this build is available for my Patreon members. However, once it's complete, it will be available free of charge for everyone to download. And so if you do wish to see more interior designs, make sure to leave a comment on which area you would like to see next. And if you did find this video useful, please consider subscribing. It does really support the channel, and we are so close to 20,000 subscribers. Wow, that is such a massive number, and I do have a fun event planned for 20,000 subscribers. And so, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, which will probably be another interior tour or the boathouse tutorial. And so, I'll see you guys all then.